in the very beginning here. You'll have to let me know. Okay, thanks. So, Viper's here in the blue. Of course, he called a Re in the previous game. It's a Celt War, and wow, look at this. He's unable to find his sheep. He cannot call a Re, so he's stuck with whatever he gets here. Then Lojza is here in the Celts. He can call a Re, and I think Lojza would probably be inclined to lame Viper if he could. Let's see if Viper... Now, Viper is pretty much unlameable, but look at Viper's map. Let's start with this. He does have back gold here, which is nice for him. Also, he has a stone as well, and more back golds, and another stone. He has so much space to boom, which is kind of what Celts do very well. Apart from that, he has the 2 relics, of course, but he does have a relic on the right-hand side closer to him, and this one slightly closer to Viper as well. I think that's good. Oh, there's the lame from the Viper. He's doing it again, and this one I think he'll get. Well done, Viper. And he is really being cutthroat this time around. I think he wants to finish this best of 7 very quickly so he can get to the next best of 7. Hopefully not today, though, because I don't think I can do all of them. But go, Viper. He's going to get it in. And well done. Lojza is... I mean, he's doing a good job here. He's essentially putting Lojza on the brink of calling a Re. We'll see if he does do that. Viper cannot be... There you go. Gonna get it in. But let's see if Lojza can see that now. Yeah, he definitely saw that go in the entire way. Lojza's gonna come across and try and lame Viper. He has a little bit of time. There's another Geodude map, apparently. Yeah, I don't know why we're getting Geodude maps all the time, but yeah, Dave mentioned that in another game we've casted. But yeah, another Geodude map. Lojza... I don't know if he will call a Re. Let's look at his map. He does have deer back here. He does see them. He does have 1 boar left. Apart from that, he has the forward gold. And just a back stone. Honestly, if I were him, I would definitely utilize the Re here. I would definitely do it. The relics aren't even in his favor. And he hasn't scouted the other relics, but I would definitely try to utilize that Re if you have it, especially this best of 7. We will see if he does do that. At this point, he hasn't done that. Both these players aren't really known for using their Rehos. We will have to pay attention, I guess. If he does not, how that will work out for him, because he has lost a boar. And he's going to have to lure in the deer, I think. Get in his extra sheep now. And he's not going to call it. So, I think in the very first game, Viper should have called it. I think Lojza should have called it now as well. Viper doing a good job there, in my opinion, in being cutthroat. He tried to do it twice now. And well done. So, Geodude map confirmed for sure. So let's talk about the Geodude map a little bit. Viper has the golds in the back. He has a stone in the back. And a lot of space to build. He also has a stone there. Lojza, though, he doesn't have much in his Geodude. He just has 1 gold, small gold, up against the edge of the map, and a stone. And that's it. So Viper has a much better Geodude. And... not to mention that Lojza has his main gold on the front. I think Lojza, having lost a boar, is at an extreme disadvantage with his map here. Not to mention, again, Viper does have the relics as well. Now, the builds for these players probably going to be built up for a boom. Lojza could be suited towards more aggression, just because he has lost some of his resources in the early game, and also because his map is quite forward with the main gold, and he doesn't feel like he could kind of boom up too much with the lack of resources he has. Viper, though, with his map, I'm pretty certain he's going to be content to boom up with this and turtle up for quite a long time. Yeah, Dave, I have no clue what a Geodude is. I did Google it, though, after the previous game, so I've seen what it looks like. I don't know how it acts. No... Don't hate me, guys. I wasn't able to watch Pokemon as a child. So Lojza's luring in his deer now, which is great. He's going to lure in the deer. He does see them. He's going to compensate a little bit, I think, with some extra farms, which is what you need to do. He's definitely up against it now, for sure, though. Having lost that boar, having this forward gold, Viper can't see that, though. That's for sure. I'm trying to find his scout now. He's actually scouting out the back of his base, which is good. Doesn't see the stone yet, but not a huge deal. He won't see this gold. It's too far away from his walls. But having the extra boar, look at this. He has clicked up at an amazing time. He's going over to stone, so he's going to be selling stone. And I think with this tactic, he might go up to 3 TCs. I could be wrong, but look at this. He's going to collect 10 gold with this villager. He's going to garrison this villager and send her elsewhere. He's going to sell stone then, and he's going to click up to the castle age. There you go. He's going to, maybe not garrison, but definitely use her elsewhere. 24 vills for Viper, 26 for Lojza. I definitely agree with Lojza going up on more because he needs to do that, having lost the boar. Really not the best for him. But these players can compensate. A lot of times we make a huge deal out of it, especially on Arabia, because Arabia you're quite open and you can be quite exposed. But on this type of map, you can go up on extra villagers and compensate. So it's not a near as big a deal. Lojza has gone up on a couple extra vills, and I think he'll be fine. And having the extra vills is actually quite good for your eco at times as well. Viper going up on 24 can hurt him in a way, but look at that. He has a ton of food. Should be okay. Not a ton. He's actually at just 500, but he might just be able to work this out. He's going with the blacksmith and the market. Already building his buildings across like this, so he's able to, you know, funnel everything in towards the walls if he is attacked. I think he will sell the stone then right when the market's up, of course getting up to the castle age first. He will be the first to sell. He'll go right to 201 gold then. And he'll have 1 gold on the way up to castle age. Will he have the food here? Well, yes he will, because he has that mountain berries, and well done from Viper there. Well done, as he has 1 food on the way up, just like I said. I'm somewhat familiar with the build. He's going to have a lot of wood. He will go up to the extra TCs. Meanwhile, Lojza, not too far behind. Not too far behind at all. Looking, garrisoning this food here shortly with the berries and also with the farms and with the extra villagers. So Lojza definitely did compensate very well. Right, so what are we going to see? I'm not really sure. Viper, I'm trying to find his scout now. He's out here. Now, remember, he did lame, so he has to be careful. Can he see the gold? Oh, he's just a tile away from seeing the gold. That would have been some important scouting information for him. But honestly, I still think, even if he saw this forward gold, it would have been better for him to just stay at home and turtle up and boom. And that's kind of what his eco is set up for. I find it interesting that Viper has not seeded a lot more farms because he's lacking in the food. But he did just complete Horse Collar. So I do think that he is waiting. He was waiting for the Horse Collar upgrade to come in before doing that. By the way, thank you everyone who's following. Lady Diane, I believe that's what it said, who followed. Thank you. I'm unable to thank everyone for following while I'm streaming. Oh, and there's another one as well, Vampiraz. But I can't because there's so much going on. And it's on another monitor. So I want to thank you guys, for the support. Viper's up. 15 minutes, 15 seconds. Incredible time. He's going for 1 TC, 2 TC, and he could go for 3. However, I would definitely put a hold on that, as he needs the monastery up. Get these relics in. Definitely ahead of Lojza here. Lojza hitting the castle age right about now. Has a lot of wood, for sure. We'll be going for a similar build. And Lojza has recovered quite well. He's putting the TC on the front just to protect that gold. We'll go for another one in the back. And probably a monastery as well. See if Lojza has actually scouted. Find the scout, hotkey it. See if Lojza has actually scouted the relics. Yes, has seen the 2 in Viper's base. If you do remember, in game 1, Lojza had 2 inside his own base as well. So, have the 2 there. So, it looks like Lojza has scouted every single relic he needs to. And Lojza's gone up to 3 additional TCs. Viper's gone up for the monastery right away, delaying the 4th TC, going for the wheelbarrow right away as well. So small differences in builds here. I think Lojza will have the villager advantage. It's just a matter of how quickly these villagers work. Ooh, and Viper's doing this again. He's just healing up his scout so he can get the scouting information. Also, if he meets up with Lojza's scout, he will have an advantage possibly in the fight because Lojza has full HP. Post-imp. Well done, guys. Awesome. I gotta start changing the odds because you guys have been doing so good. I gotta start changing the odds a little bit for post-imp. So like when we hit post-imp, just make a little bit more. But there you go. Who's gonna do it? Oh, it looks like Viper just has the edge, so Lojza's gonna go back. So that's good, because Viper's now is going to get a little bit of scouting information. Or is he? Because it looks like Lojza, really sneaky move. I think, oh wow, Lojza, you cheeky man. You just killed the scout again, and he's gonna keep his scout out here. And this is huge, because Viper, he's gonna want these relics. Now, it looks like Viper's already come out here and snagged the one that was right out here, but well done from Lojza. You might not think that's a big deal, but having the scout out here is going to stop this relic from coming in potentially, and that is well done. Meanwhile, Lojza actually is doing a fine job with his eco. He's 4 vills ahead, and Viper is just now getting up to his 4th TC. I think he's actually quite behind, to be honest. 5 vills behind now. He's just getting up his TC, and he's building it with quite a lot of villagers. These villagers are idled. Yeah, Wiki is certainly right. The Scout Wars have been in favor of Lojza. Now, if you watched the MBL and Viper games, Viper won every single one. So you must just have to have a knack for it. And Lojza, he's been ahead. He's definitely been ahead. But Viper, I don't think will be too worried about the relics. He's going to have 3 regardless, even if he doesn't get this one here. Lojza's probably going to be going out to get this one now, though, as he sends his monk out. Viper will probably understand that's going to happen. Viper is 12 vills behind now, though, guys, and that is no small number. That is a huge number. It's going to continue to grow now, I think, as well, or slightly stay the same. It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, Viper has all his running now. A couple panic houses going up here as well from Viper. Look at this. He is house. He's sending 2 vills out to build a house. Very rusty, in my opinion, as he definitely going to be behind a bit more than I thought now. What's the play going to be? Both these guys going to 4 TCs. Building up their eco quite a lot. So I think we're going to see World Raiders. World Raiders and Trebs, because going for Siege Onagers, going for Siege Rams, kind of a waste if you're playing against another Kelp player. We're going to see castles, we're going to see World Raiders, we're going to see Trebs. That's pretty much what we've seen. Standard 1v1 arena play, all tournament with top players, and that's what I assume anyway. Comparing the resources, fairly similar, to be honest with you. The total population, fairly similar. However, Lojza, he's definitely still ahead by 8 or 9 villagers, depending on when you look at the count. He also is sending a lot more over to stone, and this is about the time you do send over to stone, because you want to get the castles rolling. Both players have got the stone mining upgrade at this point. Unfortunately for Viper, he actually can't wrap around this stone. I wonder if he's scouted the other stone. Oh, wow, look at that. He hasn't scouted that one. And so this is his only stone that he can see? Really? Oh, no, he can go to this one if he chooses to. So maybe he will put a castle up here and go for this stone. Lojza is actually sending his monk out here so he can convert any stone villagers. This is just really good thinking. All this stuff, I really appreciate the thinking these players use. I mean, they're doing all of this at once. Obviously, Lojza is out on this stone now. He has so many villagers on stone. Look at this. It's an incredible amount. And I think Lojza is going to click up in a moment. Yeah, he's going to click up out of one of these TCs, maybe this one, in a moment's time. And, well, I was wrong on the TC, but there you go. He's going to click up there. And he's ahead of Viper. Just a smidgen here. Just a smidgen. Viper's going to be behind in vills. He's going to be behind in castles, I think. He's going to get... I don't think he's even gotten a castle on the way up yet. And he's behind in stone vills. In fact, I should be able to see this. Yes, look at this. 5 stone vills for Viper. 13 for Lojza. And Lojza's sending over a Mangonel. And I kind of like this move. It'll stop a castle going up in this area. Viper's going to go for the castle now, however. That's a little bit safer. I don't think Lojza's going to be able to stop that. However, I would have liked to have seen Lojza connect with the Mangonel shot right as Viper was putting up the castle and kill the castle. That would have been hilarious. No offense to Viper, but that would have been awesome. I'd like to see that stuff. So castle's going up there from Viper. He should somewhat secure the stone. However, I think Lojza will still probably sneak over with the Mangonel and try and get a cheap shot at the stone. Lojza... You look at his castle, he's got a castle there, and he's close to getting another one as well. I think he's certainly ahead, but looking at the build count, he's actually only a couple ahead now. Military count, he's 1 or 2 ahead, and he does have a monk and a Mangonel. Is he going to get a conversion there? Viper needs to be careful. We saw last time Lojza doing the same thing with his monks and getting a lot of conversions. We didn't see him laming, though, which personally I think would be a good tactic. I don't know if that's like frowned upon amongst all players, but if I were to convert a villager in an enemy base, I would immediately just like lay down some stone walls on the wood line. Or some houses or something. Maybe you don't want to utilize the stone in that manner, but... And here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. Putting the castles up, going for Trebs, going for Woad Raiders. Probably going to be a pretty swift game. If it is a long game, it's going to be important for players to get the map control on the sides, but this is going to be unit production, unit upgrades, and madness. Madness, I tell you. It's going to be crazy because we have Trebs coming out from Lojza. He's going for the Trebs first, as opposed to going for a lot of Woad Raiders, which I find interesting. You notice this, he's queuing up 2 Trebs. He's going across now. He's defending with a Mangonel. Meanwhile, Viper, I kind of like Viper's approach better because he is going with more Woad Raiders. Oh, and the shot from Lojza. He's going to try and take out these Woad Raiders. He didn't quite connect, but Viper is going to go... Oh, no, he's going with Trebs as well. Okay, so advantage Lojza, because I thought going with the Woad Raiders would be a better option to try and pick off the Trebs. And there's Viper. He's going to try and take the Treb, and look how quickly they go down. They're not even elite Woad Raiders. And 1 Treb downs, and that's good. Viper takes the score lead now. Is he going to get a conversion as well? He does, and he also got a shot with his Mangonel. And he's going to get his Trebs out. Look at the resources from Viper. He could go elite Woad Raider. The issue is that he doesn't have the castles. I don't think he wants to really research that. He wants to just get the units in first. Meanwhile, Lojza has actually gotten the upgrade. He's getting conscription. He's getting another castle out there. And the Trebs are out from both players. 3 from Viper. I think he's deploying his Trebs here so he can fight. Oh, look at this. Look at this from Viper. He's sitting. Oh, he's going to try and take out the Trebs here. Oh, that was so well done. I like that move. That pushing Lojza back, and just kind of unfortunate from Viper. He was unable to do anything. It's not often you see that, as he is buying himself some time now for sure. I thought he was going to lose some castles potentially if he used his castles for Trebs and to get the upgrades, but not if he does that. That was well done. Also, look what these players are doing. They're patrolling on the outside with their Woad Raiders, going to try and stop the opponent from getting some map control. Viper's doing a great job putting his castles here. Gonna get another castle up here, and then right here he's also deploying his Trebs on that castle. He has 5 Trebs, and there's only 2 from Lojza. Also, I think we do have the elite upgrade from Viper. Viper also has a lot more villagers from Lojza. It's just a matter of if he can keep his Trebs alive here. That castle for Viper is not yet up, so it's not going to protect these Trebs, and all the Trebs are going to go down, and Lojza's really going to benefit from this. The castle did go down, but look at the Trebs go down. Is it worth it, though? I really don't know. Look at the numbers from Viper. It's so hard to tell, honestly. I was focusing on the fight with the Trebs. The castle went down pretty quickly with no repairs. Lojza's still on the back foot, and Lojza could lose 2 of his own Trebs. I think he will lose them. And so Viper is going to take out these Trebs. Lojza seems on the back foot for sure. I'm now going to check. There's no fletching on the castle here from Lojza. Oh, this is good from Viper. He's pushing in now. He probably will send out more Woad Raiders. Lojza is certainly on the back foot. There's enough Woad Raiders coming out from Viper where he could just take out the castle with just Woad Raiders. And there's really no production from Lojza. Look at his military numbers. He's at 13. Viper's at 45. It's hard to pull it back at this point in the game. We will see Siege come out from Viper shortly, I think. He's sending out Rams. This is not looking fantastic for Lojza, as the Woad Raiders just coming in from everywhere from Viper, and I think he's going to be content with attacking this castle because there's no fleshing or any bodkin or anything on the castles. Viper's getting the map control everywhere. This castle will go down. The Rams are coming in. Lojza's going to lose his castle. I mean, there's no doubt about it. The castle's going to go down. He doesn't have the military numbers. Viper's going to continue. He's sending in Trebs now. He's sending in Siege. He has the Woad Raider numbers, but he doesn't have them here, actually. He has them on the left-hand side. He's got to send them in from this area. This castle, I think, still will go down. Lojza still has a shot potentially to stay in this game. The Rams coming in, Lojza losing another castle. That was really bad for his Woad Raider production. Viper has about 4 castles. And this castle, I think, is a goner as well, as more Trebs come out, and it's looking bad for Lojza. He can't even run with his Woad Raiders now. He has to fight. If he loses this army, I think it's over for him, because his eco will go down. He's going to try and repair the castle now desperately. More Woad Raiders coming in from Viper. Siege Rams in from Viper. Remember, he has so many more builds at this point in the game. And this wall, I think, will go down. Viper actually winning this fight. It's close. It's hard to tell because of the colors, actually. But with the reproduction of units and no castles here from Lojza, Viper will win the fight. And there's the GG from Lojza. And Viper taking that game. Well done. Well done. Ever since that little Treb deployment here and pushing Lojza back, I thought Viper had a huge edge. He took every fight. I thought he won every fight from there. Even losing those Trebs was worth it. He took out the castle, and that meant a castle that Lojza couldn't produce Trebs and Woad Raiders out of, and then he pushed in with more Woad Raiders. He picked off 2 Trebs of Lojza. It was just really hard for Lojza to pull that back, and that was a heck of a game. It was well done, and Viper going with the extra vills, I think, was probably the better approach. I'm looking at his resources. He has a ton of resources there. It was well done. And that means it's 2-1 now for Viper, guys. Wow, what a best of 7 it's been.